What's going on? What's going on? This is the Broke Genius. I'm doing this pretty much for Finance Friday early because I got something later on that I gotta go to, so I gotta knock this out early. So today I'm gonna be talking about basically why people are so broke. Okay, this is a part two. I also this is a rebuttal to the video I did a few years ago. I think it was like it's like 4 years ago or something like that. I'm just doing a rebuttal to that video, so I'll put that link in the description of that video I did, and I just have some things I want to add to it. So I'm gonna get right into it. Lack of knowledge and understanding is primarily why I think most people are broke. Now, what I mean about lack of knowledge and understanding is that a lot of people they don't even know about the stock market, okay? They don't know about a lot of things like they don't know how to be your own bank, by lending out money, you have peer-to-peer lending groups that you could actually lend out money to people and make money off of interest. They don't know about how to trade stocks and options. They don't even care to want to know. And even they might know, but don't really understand it, how to actually get into it and start. So, like for example, it took me a long time to actually create a system, a rehab system. Now that I got that rehab system, basically it's on my YouTube pages. I'm following the same system that I talked about on my YouTube channel with rehab in my house, and then it's an exceptional basically plan. It's just 7 steps. It's very simple. It's primarily just something that it just took me a while to get understanding of. I knew how to fix up houses, what you need to do, but just didn't really have a system. Okay, I'm starting to, really think about things as like a system, something that you can repackage. A system is something that you can repackage over and over and over again. You can sell it, you can use it anywhere in the world. A system, my friends, and is a business. Okay, that's primarily what a system is, but it's just basically something that you could just utilize over and over again and repackage. You can reformulate it however you want to do it. You can scale it up, but it's a system. And even from understanding as well for what this is, I pretty much I knew how to save money and I knew how to create a budget years ago, but it took me a long time to actually get myself together to actually be able to do that. Like it took me quite a while to actually do that. To actually create my millionaire savings plan. I pretty much created it a couple years ago, and it's like I was just thinking to myself when I was leaving work. I was like, man, I mean, I will never understand the value, even if I get to my goal, I will not get to it as a young man. I'm gonna be getting into it as older man. And it's like, I pretty much, man, almost shedded a tear because I couldn't help but think about the young people that's gonna be soaking up this knowledge and then actually being able to be to a point where they're gonna be rich, and still be young, because I will never have that notion of actually driving a Lamborghini, having $100,000, $1 million in a bank account, being young. It's just not gonna happen. The best thing that I could do is for my children and my grandchildren at this point, and then I'm gonna be that old dude with with the tight jeans and the Corvette, I mean, because with the gray hairs, because I mean, pretty much a lot of times I want you to do, I got something that you could think about. So when you see somebody in a Corvette, notice how old they are. You'll notice that you don't see too many young guys in a Corvette because it just takes a lot of money to get to a certain point to actually make a lot of money and kind of just figure things out that you a lot of guys that have Corvettes are older guys, so that's just something to think about. But I basically listed all of the talking points in the chat here that I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, lack of knowledge and understanding is one of those reasons why a lot of people are broke. And then I also have to add, more importantly, to this is that a lot of people don't even think that they're broke. It it's like the whole usual suspects. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to convince the world that he didn't exist. So you got a lot of people that don't even think that they're broke, and they actually are. Like, you go look at people, your neighbor, even self-reflecting yourself. When you look at your balance sheet, you make a personal balance sheet, you add up simply all of the assets that you own, that you have title to, that you don't have any debts on, meaning you own them, you pay cash for them, and you don't have any outstanding payments on them. And then you take all of your liabilities, right? The stuff that you owe, accounts that you owe money on, those are debts. If you take those and basically you minus your liabilities by your assets, if you got money left over, you actually are not, considered broke. If you got a typical job that you make 30, 40, 50,000 a year, you're not broke. You actually, you might, income wise you might be broke, but you actually are wealthy, because a lot of times people are not, they don't have any wealth because they think they do, but they're living a borrowed lifestyle. So it goes back to what I said. A lot of people don't even think that they're broke. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to convince the world that he didn't exist. So, third thing is keeping up with the Joneses. And one of the things about keeping up with the Joneses is that the funny thing about it, a tripped out thing about it, is the concept of keeping up is with the Joneses is basically broke people trying to impress other broke people, or even poor people trying to impress other poor people. And that alone is really, really killing people. I mean, I'm talking about driving them up the wall, going crazy, high blood pressure, strokes, heart attacks, because people are working themselves, trying to live a lifestyle, primarily a borrowed lifestyle, and working themselves to early graves, just so they can impress someone else, impress their wife, impress the friends of, their wife, and the guys, the husbands, his friends, they all trying to impress each other, driving themselves to an early grave. And it's basically just poor people trying to impress other poor people. Another point is, I was, back to, I'll say back about 4 years ago, I was doing a project for Field Nation, and what I used to do was a lot of computer installs and moves. So we were moving. I think the project was for, like, I don't really remember the company, but it was basically a corporate move. So I was working with quite a few people. It was a Korean guy. He basically he kind of had me thinking a little bit because he said a lot of what goes on why things are the way they are is basically accepted unaccountability. What I mean by accepted unaccountability is basically you accept that people are unaccountable and you also accept yourself to be unaccountable. For example, for I'm talking to my black people here. So you know that the community is messed up. You know it's garbage and debris on the ground, but you don't yourself will form a coalition of other people that live in the area to pick up that trash. Okay, you know it's violence in the neighborhood, but you don't do anything about trying to form some type of little coalition to do street patrols and canvass the neighborhood to stop some of these urban terrorists destroying the community. That all goes back to accepted unaccountability basically. So then also a form of accepted unaccountability is there's people that's struggling and that these people rely on their income from their business and they sprung from the same areas you sprung from. They look just like you, but you don't support their businesses, and you just pretty much fall in line with this whole basically idea of accepted unaccountability. You know that these things are messed up. Like your grandma say, better, but you just accept not to do better. Okay, that is accepted unaccountability. Another thing is generational habits. Okay, generational habits is one of the big ones of why so many people are broke. You seen mama being broke, you seen daddy being broke, so then now you broke. You seen, like, I remember watching my mother, God bless, my mother. I saw her writing checks, bad checks, knowingly writing bad checks so she can get some groceries, for us. Getting loans, for home rehabs, to rehab the kitchen. Just I mean, I saw my mother doing that. I saw my mother living check to check, and she didn't necessarily have to live check to check because she made over most of her peer group because she had a bachelor's degree in education with a minor in basically a teacher certification in special education. She made most of her peer group. All she had to do was just control her spending, create a budget and stick to it. And she would have took that check to check lifestyle and threw it out the window. But I saw my mother doing that. So in saying this, I had to actually train myself to do better. I had to literally create a system to counter this generational habit that I learned from, that I watched. So I won't be able to, pass that on to my children or continue to, do the same habits that my mother and my father did. So it basically went to a situation where I had to literally create a savings plan for myself, and I call it the Millionaire Savings Plan. And that plan literally took me from check to check lifestyle years ago. I haven't been check to check for years now. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but there's some people that be like, well, you don't have any money. Yeah, I do agree. Like I said before, when I started this off, if your assets are less than your liabilities, then you technically on paper are in the negative. Whatever you do have is negative, okay? Because your net worth is negative. And that's why, I just, like I said before, As far as look at myself as my net worth as my barometer. I don't look at my income as my barometer. Now it is key. The income is a key part of that, but my net worth is more of a barometer than my income. My income is just a gauge of where I am in the wealth paradigm. So you got poor, which is 0 to 20,000. Then you got broke, up and coming millionaires, bums. That's 30K to 60K. Then you got Henry's, which is high earners, not rich yet. That's Kevin Samuel, basically one of his lexicons. And then that's between anywhere between 70K to 100K. Then you got high value, and that is pretty much 100K to 150K. That's also one of his talking points or whatever. Now, the high point, the peak of the pyramid is the capstone of the pyramid is the elite. Okay, so the elite is 200K to one to just basically 200K to plus. Okay, so that's based off of income, what you make a year. Okay, every year. Now, but as far as your actual net worth, your net worth is pretty much doesn't matter how much income you have. If your income plus assets is less than your liabilities, okay, you still are on paper zeroed out. You ain't you're on paper your net worth is negative. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. And the but still being said, having a financial plan, having a savings plan, it takes you from that actual uh you know paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Okay, it immediately takes you out of that. So that's why this millionaire savings plan, I pretty much I created that, and it took me out of the generational habit that I saw a mother, basically living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why so many people are broke. Generational habits. Another one, and this is kind of unique, is egos and attitudes. Not respecting, the messenger, not respecting experts or people that know what they're talking about, basically having the mindset that you know more than they do. Man, I done seen loved ones, man, that people that I love dearly, people that I grew up with, live and die, man, with their ego. I done seen it. And their ego and their attitude. They took them to the open room. They went with it. They instead of asking for help, it just die. They just basically get sick and just die out. Don't even reach out to you. Don't ask you for no help. Nothing. I didn't seen it. Done lived it. I mean, this is something that is hits home to me close as it could possibly get to. People literally will be broke because they don't want to listen to. They might have a friend that's rich that can teach them how to do something. I know you know somebody that you've met or that that they know somebody that could teach them how to be wealthy or teach them or show them a situation or point them into a direction of a particular place or thing that they can get to help their situation out, but they don't do it because basically they just choose to choose their attitude and their ego over trying to better their lifestyle financially. Yeah, I've seen it. It happens every day. It happens every day. It amazes me when people just would choose their own emotional, cognitive ego or attitude over making some money, you know. So lastly, because I'm still at work, and that's what you hear. You hear the sounds of basically Skype for business. And I got one last point here, and it's basically not placing value on things, and it kind of feeds into what I said before, the last point, which was, egos and attitudes. Just being careless to be like, you know what, forget it, like it doesn't even matter. Everything matters. If you go outside and it's cold and you didn't bring your jacket or you bring your coat, it's gonna matter. You're gonna get it cold, or you're just gonna be cold. Okay. You don't bring a raincoat or umbrella when it starts raining, you gonna get rained on. But even more in depth, relating to being broke, why so many people are broke. People don't place a value on things. Everything has a value. One thing I will say about a lot of people, foreigners and alike, they place a value on everything. I mean, you go to a Chinese restaurant, if you ask for more sauce, they trying to charge you a quarter for some more sauce, and then also, um people have value as well. It's people that, what they say is valuable. It's, people's older individuals that are senior. They have lived this earth lived on this earth for a long time. They done seen and been through some things that you have never, as a young person, most likely have never been through. What they've been through and what they know is valuable. And you can literally collect orange seeds. You can just be like, because how much does it cost to, like, for example, how much does it cost to collect orange seeds, lemon seeds, apple seeds, right? Put them all in a cup. Like this, like if you're a young person watching this, you can literally do this. Like I can show you how to respect value, right? Like if you see a penny on the ground, you pick it up, you put it in a Hinkley and Schmidt bottle, one of those big water cooler bottles, and you have all kind of change in it. Okay. So, like, I mean, in my Hinkley and Schmidt bottle, I have the the value of what most people make in a day, and just in my little change jar. Okay. So you take some cups or whatever, and you write on them lemon. Okay. You write orange, uh, apple, even grapefruit, um, even strawberries, pepper, green peppers, and also, what's another one that I see a lot of seed? Okay, tomato seeds. So you put all of these in jars and you collect them when your mom cooks food or whatever, buys groceries, and then you eat. You collect the seeds, and then you collect them like change. Pretty much just put them in a warm, dry place. You won't probably want to put them in just after you eat. You want to put them on like a napkin, let them dry out, and then once they dry out a little bit, then put them in with the other seeds. So you collect all of these seeds, right? So this is what you could do after you have a whole bunch of seeds, after like a year or two or whatever, over the course of um you know some time. You can actually go on eBay, get your mom to start an eBay account, and basically sell the seeds as is. Okay. Once you sell the seeds as is, you can charge like $1 for 20 seeds or something like that, or 25 seeds or 30 or whatever. And then you can literally make money for free, basically, by selling something that you already gotten for free, because it has value. Because it might be very difficult to grow orange trees in Illinois, But in Florida, you can grow orange trees, or California, so you basically collect these seeds. You can just sell them, right? And make, some money for free. And then you make some money off of the shipping. You charge like $3 for shipping. So you sell each 30 seeds for $1. Then you make some money off of the shipping. Then you make some money off the sale of the seeds. So then you basically making money off of just something that is just pretty much simply free, because you, as a youngster, your mom is buying groceries. Make sure, you got to make sure you tell her to not get the seedless fruit, get the ones with the seed in it, or organic. And basically you can stop right there, or you can go scale up further. Now you can take those seeds and then learn how to actually grow plants. Basically you need fertilizer, you need compost, okay? Really just pretty much, which is old food, paper, waste products, and then you just grind it up in soil. So basically, you get some compost, some natural compost, and you could use that as fertilizer if you don't have any fertilizer available. And you grow these actual orange seeds, right? Orange, lemon, tomato, green peppers, and actual, uh, what else? Oranges, if I didn't say that, lemons, and whatever seeds that you can get a hold of. You just, you could Google how to grow them, how to grow the seedlings. And what you want to do is you want to grow these as seedlings, and you want to get like a little, you'll need to invest a little money. You'll have to grow them in little seedling trays. So you can actually, once you grow these seedlings, you can actually make some more money, because now you don't just have seeds, you actually have seedlings. Because it does take a lot of effort to actually grow seedlings, because sometimes the seeds don't sprout. You already have sprouted seedlings at this point. So you can sell them for a lot more. Maybe like instead of $1, you can sell them for $2 or $3. Okay. And then also you'll charge more for shipping, because when you're shipping seeds, it's probably most likely first class, meaning you could put a couple stamps on an envelope and ship the seeds off, and that's fine. But because you have a little dirt and you have an actual seedling, it's going to cost a little bit more for packaging, because you're going to need to, basically get like a little small box. And then you're going to actually have to put like some type of cushion in, so the little, seedling tray doesn't like go all over the place. So you're going to have to charge about maybe $7, $6 or $7 for shipping, flat rate, so, and then you'll charge. So ideally you'll make about maybe $5 if you do it right, where you charge for shipping, and then you also charge a little bit more for the actual seedling. Okay, so now instead of making $1 or a couple bucks, right, you're making like $5. Now you see what I'm going with the older people, but even, the younger people can understand what I'm talking about, because literally you could make money off of nothing, almost thin air. Like it's just so many ways to make money. I mean, basically, I've been researching how to actually, because I'm in IT and I've been in IT for years. I've been researching how to make money off of computer scraps. And I'm gonna start getting into that. I'm gonna start melting down probably most likely gold, might even silver. Okay. And actually get in the byproducts of these, all of these like electronics that have a lot of gold in them. Okay. So the thing is, back to just the seedlings. So now you can scale up. So you see where I'm going with this is, if you want to stop there, you stop there. But if you actually want to actually get even farther in depth with this, instead of a seedling, an apple seedling, an orange seedling, a lemon seedling, you can actually grow a lemon sapling. Okay. You can grow a small lemon tree, a small orange tree, a small apple tree. And then once you do that, now you have a product that you could sell for like $15. And then it's going to cost more to ship it. It's going to take more time to actually grow these particular saplings, which is a small little baby tree, but you'll make more money. You'll make like, for apple, a small apple tree, it's going to be like 20, $30 at Home Depot. So if you got a small little sapling, it's a market for that. So it might take you maybe 4 or 5 months to actually, I don't know how long it would take to grow a sapling tree or whatever from an apple tree or even orange. I've never grew an orange tree or lemon tree, but it can be done. And then you actually have to invest more money because you'll actually have to have some lighting. You'll need lighting. You'll need more compost. You need more dirt. You'll need actually something that is a bigger pot to put this little small little sapling tree together. So you'll have to put a little bit more money into it, and then get to the point where you actually have, by however you do it, if you can do it well, you'll have, a whole bunch of trees, small little apple trees, orange trees, and also lemon trees, that now you can go right back on your page and sell for like $15 plus whatever the cost of shipping is. And you want to always add about 20 to 30% on top of whatever the standard shipping cost is. And because what you can do is to make sure you don't always lose you'll never lose money on shipping. You do calculated shipping according to the package weight, and then you basically add $2 or $3 to the shipping, or $5 to the shipping. And by doing that, now you're scaling up, you know, and you started off with just seeds, and you done made your way up. And then with this business, as somebody that a young person, or however old you are, you can make over $100,000 doing this. What I just said. What's going on, Iori? Basically, um, this is pretty much it. Like I say, it's a value to everything. And a lot of times, people throw away things, they buy stuff and they throw away items, and it's like, this is why, people are so broke. This is one of those reasons. I have to go right now. I appreciate everything, everybody. Please like, share, comment, subscribe.